everything for him, and now that she died, he just don't, you know. He does, yeah, that's how we feel.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
So it doesn't make sense to me.
That's why I hate it. It's not like Eddie's renting his garage. It really takes, when he's there, Eddie calls him 4 times to come in, do this, or, well, not all the time. Take care of his dog, we put in 2 doggy doors. Now the dog comes out and stays with Billy while he's in the garage the whole time. Since we got him, we trained him, and yeah, and that's why we put the doggy doors in. That's what he's used to at our house, and it worked. He doesn't poop in the house anymore. I mean, it's not like Billy just goes there for the garage. Like, they take care of this guy.
No, I don't think
Well,
I
I hate this thing. They got it after the mother died. I guess for companionship. He doesn't work. He's got nothing. Believe me, everybody calls him not to get.
Good?
Our other friend, Dave Patton, gave him a couple thousand to buy a rug because the rehab he was at the time wouldn't let him back home. And he didn't
Good evening.
clean the
Thanks for
house.
coming. If you would all rise. Magano, could you lead us in the pledge of flag? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We have a couple of housekeeping items. We're going to swear in Mr. Magano as a planning board member.
All right, Mr. Magano, you want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the government established in the United States and in this state, and the authority of the people, that you will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of Class 4 Planning Board member according to the best of your abilities, to help you God? I do. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, Michael.
Well, proud to serve.
Congratulations.
We need to have an election for the vice chair. So, are there any nominations?
would like to nominate Mike.
I'll second that.
I have a nomination and a second. Do I have any other nominations for vice chair? I have a nomination and a second. Are there any other nominations for vice chair? Mr. Magano, do you accept the nomination for vice chair?
I do.
Thank you very much, sir. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Well, let it be said, it's now a new board. Thank you very much. And going with that, we have our agenda. We have a roll call. Madam Secretary, are we in compliance with the sunshine laws?
Yes, we are.
Thank you very much. A
Mr.
roll call?
Mr. Bello, he called,
He's absent.
correct.
Right.
Mr. Hakevich?
Here.
Mr. Davis?
Mr. Davis called me and said he may be late. He was in upstate New York, and Lord knows how long it's gonna take him today to get home.
Ms. Lee?
Here.
Councilman Limbo?
Here.
Vice Chair McEnroe?
Thank you, Fred.
Ms. O'Leary?
Here.
Mr. Vasselin?
He's gone. He's on vacation until the end of this month.
Okay. Ms. Matilla? Chairman Ty?
Here.
Mr. Rogoff?
Here.
Mr. Cornell?
Here.
Mr. Leo Cabello?
Here. As a matter of fact, Mr. Velosin sent me a text today with a picture of him on the 3rd green in Arizona. I was not very happy with him this morning. I guess I'll be getting one of those every meeting until he gets home. God bless him. All right, we have no memorializations of resolutions. I need an acceptance of the minutes of January 3rd. Everybody's read the minutes. Do we have any questions on the minutes from January 3rd? If not, I'll take a motion to accept the minutes.
So moved.
Get a second?
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? The minutes are accepted. Communication agenda. Have no communications? We're good. Okay, we're gonna go right into the Biddle subdivision site plan. Who's up? Okay, we have mics for everybody. If you could speak into the mic and present your name and tell me your title.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the board. My name is Hugh McGuire. I am the attorney representing the
Rydell LLC on the application. This is an application for the property located at 880 Main Street, Block 251, Lot 1.01. And it is for the construction of a freestanding two-story office and maintenance area associated with parking operations of New Jersey Transit Access Link bus service, which will be operated by First Transit Incorporated.
And sir, can we have you acknowledge a few of the reports that were generated in this matter, specifically the report by Borough Engineer Mr. Cornell dated February 7, 2018, and the planning report by John Cavallo dated February 1, 2018. Thank you.
Yes, we do, thank you.
We'll make those reports as part of the record. You have any objection to that?
No.
Thank you. No, I mean, you can give me the 200-foot list, the affidavit of publication.
I haven't received that from, the attorney.
Did you submit the affidavit of publication? What's that?
It hasn't yet been received in the call today.
How am I gonna prove that you have properly notified the public, both in the paper and within 200 foot? We need to have the affidavit of publication and proof of service on the people listed in the,
And I don't know how many people you have within your 200 feet, because
That I have, we have the public, I have the proof of service for the mailing, I have that. Mailing that I have.
okay, so.
I can give you one thing.
All right, can you say the exact, because that's supposed to be submitted to the planning board secretary, so we can verify that. All right. Where's the certified list? Do you have that?
You have all the residents starting by, Gilman. Greater than 200 feet?
I don't know where the property begins and ends, but there's, you've got electronic links.
Usually they put it right on the plans.
And you have that development down the road.
Yeah, but that, should check it before she.
You can see the, you see the yellow. Check is probably this little, he's got the list. You have to get people to see this on the.
Well, I see there's eight certified mail receipts, but there's 10 people on the list.
There are a few duplicates, there's two duplicates on the list.
There is?
Yes.
Okay, so it's in you believe you satisfied your responsibility in
Yes,
this
there were
service?
two duplicates, same address, same name.
All right, so let's go back to the public notice. I mean, I gotta have that. Because I don't know what you noticed for. You need relief from the ordinance here, and jurisdictionally, you have to provide the board with proof that you published this. If you can't do that, and I understand what you're saying, sir, there's nothing I can do today. We'll have to carry the case. I understand that. But, notice is jurisdictional.
No, I understand.
And secondarily, you certainly don't wanna proceed with an application where you don't have the proper proof of service, because that just endangers your, whatever happens, what the board does with this tonight, if they decided it, I don't think you want that. It's a big
So,
hole.
so you're days away or a day away from getting this. We have an opening in February 21st.
Yeah, I can't be here at that meeting.
Mark has a conflict. Yeah, but that's, we can work around that.
How do you do that? You'd have to have somebody take my place. And, if Larry can do it, my understanding was that we didn't have anything on for the 21st.
So you can book something.
Well, no, I have my own, I have the Woodbridge matter, and there are numerous cases on that evening, so I would have to replace myself if you wanted to put this on for the 21st. That would be the only other case.
All right.
That makes it easy.
Would you be agreeable to March 7th? we need the proof of service, and then we can start from there.
Want a conceptual overview while we're here?
Well, that's an interesting question, because normally, if you have proper publication proof of service, I just make an announcement at the meeting,
Right.
because everybody got proper notice. So it's, you probably need to renotice, because you haven't done publication.
Yeah, it's not like you're noticing it to 100 people, you gotta notice to 8
Yeah, you only have 8 people, so it's
Well,
not
we
a
have
big
eight
deal.
people, so eight, 10, whatever it was, 8 notices. So that's, I mean, that's not a problem to renotice, directly to renotice.
So you give me the, you give me the
You want us
affidavit
to
of
republish
publication,
it, or just renotice the property owners?
the ones that are on the tax list that you
On
got
the
from the tax assessor?
Same one, yeah, same one.
Same exact
Just
ones?
redo it, right.
And the
Um,
notification from the paper that you notified everybody, the public, and then we're good to go on March 7th, right?
Well, the paper has to say March 7th.
So you want the newspaper publication, for that to be
That's right.
republished, okay, so you want to republish it.
And you have to make sure that you get it here for that day. Okay,
Can I ask something?
go ahead.
Is there anybody in the audience on the Bedell case? See, that also concerns me. I don't know if you've had any objectors, I don't know if there's anybody down at the office looking at the plans.
The only thing we're surrounded by are commercial sites.
I understand,
That's true.
but public notice, you
But
never
if
know.
if one of those aren't, and they found out that we mess up, then they hold you up, you know?
But you gotta do it right.
We just wanna get
That's
all
fine.
our ducks in a row.
We'll redo it, we'll just redo the notice, it's easy enough to redo it.
Okay.
All right, so for the benefit of anybody who had any interest therein, this will be carried to March 7th.
And renoticed.
New notice and new publication. And give us the affidavit of, give us the affidavit.
I'll get that to you, I'm only just got into this, so I'll get that out to you.
Get it to the secretary, you don't have to give it to me, when she gets everything.
Matter of fact, I'll give her my card, so she has my
Great.
information too as well.
And you guys are, since we had our oversight committee look at this, if you guys still want to work with our engineering and planning to tweak the plan before you present it to us, you still have that opportunity.
I know we're not gonna do the public hearing tonight, but really what we have to say, changes to the plan that we've got proposed here. There's been some new information regarding the remediation on site, is what it was saying.
Well, but
Yeah, and I'm not comfortable with having any discussions without anything, because I don't want to, to put you guys in jeopardy of doing something that we shouldn't have done without the proper notice, that's all. This way we can protect it. I know for myself, I'll speak for myself as chairman, I reviewed everything, I know what you guys want to do down there is really gonna improve that site 100%. So, I mean, I have no qualms with what you're doing down there. The questions that our professionals brought up are just, ones that we have concerns about, that we're trying to protect the town with, so that's it.
wait for the minute for that.
So, okay?
So we'll
review
comment
that
based upon.
list and see if we can address the items that were on there beforehand.
That's all.
Well, if you do that, then you speak to our professionals.
You're
The
right.
If there are revisions to the plans,
Then we'll have this.
they need to be on file 10 days before the hearing. So people who are interested can go take a look.
Okay, we're all on the same page? Thank you very much, and we'll see you on the 7th. Thank you. All right.
I think it stays out there.
How does that happen? First, I gotta tell you, it's the first time I've heard this. We've had questions where there was one or two that weren't answered that didn't get back, and.
Or you can have this signed.
Right, but I mean, never even notification.
I normally don't give you sometimes you would. One thing you have to do before these guys come to a meeting is you have to have the affidavit of publication and the affidavit of service on all these people. If it's not in the file, it wasn't done, we're not hearing it.
Okay.
And they gotta get it to you.
Good news, so.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
not your, it should have been a usually you have all the green cards.
They have to produce a copy of the ad on the newspaper and issue an affidavit that was published, and the dates that was
Well,
published.
he didn't have it, he took it back. But they're little, do you have the cards?
No, I thought those were the cards.
like to
Okay.
see three things. I'd like to see the list, the certified list from the tax assessor of the people within 200 feet of the property.
And that's what those green cards are.
Okay.
Well, that's
No,
not,
this
that's
is-
not
Oh,
the
that-
certified list.
That's the
That,
certified list.
and the proof he sent
Thank
to
you.
all those people,
Okay.
and the returns.
Okay,
the
and then,
greens.
okay.
Yep.
Sorry, we'll see you next
Actually,
month.
That's just the receipt that he has.
He needs the
He
card.
has the green cards.
I have the green cards too.
The green cards need to be given to the secretary, so she knows
Both
that he
ends.
did all that.
Yeah, no, I gave her the receipts, the stamp receipts, but I also have some of the green cards, and not all of them came back. We brought like 6 out of the 8 that came back.
Right. Generally, you should file the green cards.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I brought, like, some places want from some places, not. Some asked for the regular receipts.
Well, we're in a turmoil here. We do everything right because we don't want anybody stepping on their toes.
It's better practice to provide all that. It just makes whatever
Should I give this back to him?
grant you may or may not get, just,
I kinda came in.
not subject to being
Oh,
attacked.
I see they weren't hanging you, so.
Oh, no, they've been. The list, I gave you, that was the only copy that we had. Is that, like, you want that? And you can use the same one, I'm just gonna I'll just send that back, okay? Because the other thing too was, there's no utilities.
There is no utilities? What's those two? Whatever. I mean, they're listed
What?
there.
Not you.
On the second sheet? Okay. Well, you're entitled to rely upon,
Just to let
you're entitled to rely upon what the tax assessor says.
If that's what I was going on.
So that we know.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah. Because
All right.
I was questioning, if we had to do that, I was gonna ask you if you wanted, if there was anything else on
You
it.
can rely on that list.
Okay, very good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, old business, new business, administration matters. Anybody have any other business than tonight? We have the cancellation of the meeting in February 21st. We already have something for March, and we had some other flexible meetings too, right?
Yeah, that doesn't come until
Nothing,
September.
yeah, nothing, so,
June, yeah.
Oh, is it June?
Yeah.
Talk about scheduling in June.
okay,
He knows my schedule better than I do. I don't understand that.
okay. He's good. All right, if there's nothing, public portion, anybody like to speak from the public portion? I'd like to open up the public portion. Somebody make a motion?
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ladies, would anybody like to speak?
I don't wanna say anything.
Not tonight. I'm surprised you all talked out from the zoning board, huh? All right, motion to close. Oh, look at him, he's about ready to hit me. I need a motion to close. Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question on this, to the engineer. What is Bass Pro telling us?
They're submitting an application to the DEP for a sewer permit for that Bass Pro project. As part of that application process, they have to notify the planning board and the environmental commission. So that's just a letter saying that they're proceeding to submit that application.
Okay, because it says above treatment works, and then this doesn't list what that is. so I was-
Treatment Works approval is actually sewer extension permit.
Okay, that's
So
what it
that's this, will provide sewer service to the facility.
Okay.
I did want to ask if there was any progress or any status, or do we know anything?
Well, this is
Well, they're
progress.
asking,
Pro
they're-
still
This is
does.
progress.
they're asking for a sewer permit. That's
That's
the
what I
first,
thought
that's
when I
the
saw
first
it when I
time we've
got here.
seen something. That's a positive plus.
No,
You know, I've got someone in my ear that keeps telling me they're pulling out, and I said, I
Yeah,
don't think so.
That's gonna happen.
Okay.
They are absolutely in the game.
They still have conditions of the planning board resolution that they have to address, but they are working, as Councilman Malembo indicated, with the building department to get their plans in order, so when the conditions of the resolution are addressed, they'll be able to get their building
So
permits.
right now on the table is Bass Pro, but the whole point idea is not on the table. Is that correct?
Well, it's changed.
Well, there is a new redeveloper that is going to be coming in with
Okay.
a new plan for the project. He's gonna have to present it to the redevelopment agency, eventually get a new redevelopers agreement, and if he changes the, general development plan, he'll have to come back to this board for an amended approval to general
General,
development
the
plan.
general plan is the
Okay.
5 sections that we already,
That's correct. First, you approved the Bass Pro as a
Right.
standalone site.
Right.
Then you had a conceptual plan that showed how he was gonna develop the balance of the property.
Right.
That you issued a general development approval for. My understanding is he's looking to amend that plan, so he would have to go through and work with the redevelopment agency, get a new agreement, get a plan approved, possibly have the redevelopment plan amended if he's gonna change anything in that redevelopment plan, then come back here to get an amended general development plan.
So it is still the
Depending on what
developer
he.
that started it all, he's
No,
he's not the
gone. He's no
developer,
longer
but the owner of the property or the planner?
It's called Riverton now.
It's, oh, okay, so it did,
The insurance company owns the property.
okay,
The developer was O'Neill. O'Neill is gone.
okay.
So the insurance company that owns, Prudential, who owns the property, that put up the money for the property, and now they own it, they're giving it to a new
A new
developer.
developer to oversee.
The concept
Okay.
of the plan that we approve with the mall and all of that, that's what's gonna be subject. They're gonna come in and.
My understanding is they're looking to change that.
Right,
Right.
revise it and,
You know, and how, and he also, when they first came before us, they told us there was 5 sections how they were gonna build them, and that the housing would be, some of it would be first, then the mall, then some more housing. And how they built the housing with, and the parking, so.
You
know.
had, as part of their general development approval, you had a phasing plan that showed how the site was gonna develop and what traffic improvements,
Improvements,
what
right.
water and what sewer improvements, how the infrastructure was gonna accommodate the phases that they built. If you remember for Bass Pro, they were required to have the ramps coming from the parkway.
I do.
Which has been constructed. There are other improvements to the roadway system that as other phases of the project develop, they'll have to be completed. That was all part of that phasing.
so everything is positive with Bass Pro, and we're just waiting to see what revisions the developer would do to what we saw already,
Correct,
if any of it, Keith.
if any, yes.
Okay.
The new developer is planning a public presentation of their final plan, hopefully within, there's still some details that need to be worked out, but hopefully within possibly a 2-month timeframe.
We have something to look forward to.
Public presentation.
Pat, Sarah has to approve that plan.
Yes, that's right, we have to go through that first. And
So they're gonna have it like down at the senior center again, they're gonna invite the public to come in and see what we did.
Exactly.
They're gonna come to us before they do that, or?
Mr. Chairman, that's something that, if you recall, O'Neill was coming to you kind of on a regular basis,
Right.
keeping you informed. Once
Right.
this new redeveloper is to the point where he can do that, I think that the intention is to have him come before you, just give an overall presentation of what the new plan calls for. Eventually, he'll have to come in and get the other plans amended, but the intention is to have him keep the planning board advised on a regular basis as to what's happening with the development.
Well, every time you go down there, it's a little bit
Good.
different. You can see that they're doing the road work.
Well, I go to work that way every single day, so I'm
that
very
way?
happy. I mean, I think they're moving along great. I think it's good.
Do
So
you-
I have a
Do you
few.
come off the new ramp yet?
You know, I haven't. I told my husband has, but no. But that's where I go every day. But
I told you, I took my wife up there and she thought I was driving into the swamp. Where you going? I said, this is the new, why are we doing this? I said, because we have, where do you pay the toll? You don't. We just did. You know, it's a pretty smooth transition.
I think it's all wonderful. I mean, the Bass Pro, exactly. You see the work being done there, but I can't wait to see some brick and mortar.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
Yeah.
All right.
Mr. Chairman, just before we go, if we are going, I just have a couple of notes to let everybody know. There were ordinances approved last month that were, I guess, authored by the COA attorney, Mr. Serenian. And the development ordinance is now approved and on the books. So we're gonna have to start to maybe get some applications. I can work with Beth. We're gonna have to get development fees for anything we have that falls within the ordinance. So,
Whose privy is that to collect that? Is that as us or is that the council? I mean, who sets those fees? The fees are
we're
set.
gonna have, that might be the treasurer.
I think that Mr. Frankel was appointed as the interim officer overseeing the COA development fees.
So we'll have to coordinate with him, and we have to make sure we just collect the fees.
Okay. Something more for you to do, Beth.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Stay atop of that. Thank you, John.
And they're having I believe, a litigation meeting, court hearing tomorrow morning, so.
To see what else is gonna happen.
Right. Well, they have approved 3 of the ordinances. Now they have, the other 2 are tabled yet, so there are gonna be some other, there's an oversight committee ordinance that's gonna be passed eventually, I guess, so we'll see.
Okay.
Oversight committee, what is that?
They've come up with a COA oversight committee that's gonna, Jay has some of the, more of the details. I haven't been at the meetings.
Mr. Chairman, it was a committee that was recommended to allow all the boards in town to put a representative on a committee that could be involved with watching what happens with the COA properties. So the board has an option, if the Environmental Commission wants to appoint someone to this committee, they can. If all the different boards can appoint someone, and they'll just be able to go through and offer input on COA issues.
That was reminiscent of what we wanted to do informally, was get together from different members of the board that I wanted to go to and was told we couldn't.
Now we'll be
You
able to
what?
send somebody, and you as vice chair, it sounds like you could be,
I'll go, because I think, that- well, listen, you know, the more we talk, the better. You know.
oh, I agree, Michael,
And
but.
the whole town and every board needs to get behind Sarah and get this project going,
Yes,
you know, and that's what has to happen. You know, let's put all this other nonsense aside. You see what's happening at the national level, nothing's getting done. Let's control Sayable. And I'll be on that board, I'll represent the planning
Can
board.
we make a motion,
And I'm
put him
interested
on
to
it?
share. I know, I mean,
oh, well, let's see what happens, and then what it vets out,
Well,
because
we'll-
we have to run it through our attorney if he wants us to go or not, anyway.
I haven't read the ordinances.
So until we read the ordinances, we won't know.
Well, I'd like you to read the ordinances if you can by next meeting and give us some advice on it.
Yeah, John just, for the first time, told me
Okay.
they actually
You want me
exist.
to email
We
you
have
the?
copies of them, yeah.
And he sent them to
Can you
Okay.
email it to all the board?
Well,
Yeah.
if I might, I think that that was tabled at the last council meeting, and I think there were gonna be some revisions. I don't know that the revisions have been presented yet, so you wanna wait
The
until.
lawyers are, the council lawyers are probably making sure that we can all join it. That's, to me, was the sticking point.
Well, there was a question as to, the original ordinance stated that the representative from each board could only serve for 1 year, and so the question was raised that some boards are very small, and it's really not advisable to have a 1-year limit, so that's what was being redone.
Okay, super. When we see the ordinance, we'll know what we're talking about, and then we can make an intelligent decision,
Throw my hat in the ring.
all right? Anybody else have anything? If not, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Officially cancel this one.
Yeah, we officially canceled the, I need a motion to cancel the 21st meeting before we close.
Motion?
Motion, second?
Second.
All in favor of canceling February 21st meeting?
Aye.
Any opposed? If not, motion to close the meeting. I have a motion. Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you for coming out on this horrible night. See you next month. Ladies, thank you.
First meeting is early, see what I'm saying?
See that? You keep on coming. Look at that. 8 o'clock, we're out here. Good.
But they were gonna put up.